If you watch the Class Winners Seat of the Pants videos from time to time, you're probably aware that I'm a fan of the Mitsubishi Pajero Mini. It's a fire-breathing 660cc 5-valve per cylinder turbocharged intercooler, well, SUV pocket rocket. And you can even watch the video review we did of it a few months back. But today we're actually not driving a Pajero Mini. We're driving its big brother, the Pajero Jr. Now, unlike a lot of big brothers who give you wedgies in front of your friends or just try to make you feel like you're stupid all the time, the Junior looks at its mini little brother and says, hey, you do you. I may look like you, but I'm gonna do me. I'm a little more grown up. You see, this has got a larger engine. It's a little bigger, and it's a little more capable. So the dead giveaway of the Pajero Jr. versus its Pajero Mini little brother is right here. You see, the Junior is 8 inches longer overall and 6 inches wider, courtesy of 3-inch wheel flares and 4-inch bumpers front and back. And it's actually these bumpers that allow the Junior to go beyond the K-class maximum displacement for engines of 660 cc's. Now don't go thinking that this 1.1 liter 4-cylinder single overhead cam engine is really sporty or something, but it does deliver 80 horsepower and a little over 70 pound-feet of torque. And that's way more than most of the K vehicles. It's enough to propel this thing up to 85 miles an hour. And it does so limited by horsepower, not by gearing, like most K vehicles that can achieve those kinds of speeds. So it's far more relaxed in normal American driving. So you only have the Suzuki Samurai to thank for the genesis of the Pajero Jr. Whereas the Suzuki Samurai was just the Suzuki Jimny with longer bumpers and a slightly larger engine, well, so is the Pajero Jr. as slightly longer than the Pajero Mini with a larger engine. The only difference is that the Junior was never exported to the United States. Now, interestingly enough, when you look at it, it doesn't look much different than, say, a Geo Chevy Tracker. But you'll be amazed at when you stop at a gas station or to go to a store, how much attention the Pajero Jr. gets. It's just a great looking package. So the Pajero Jr. was about $1,100-ish more than the Pajero Mini. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but keep in mind, these were inexpensive vehicles. You're talking about a $10,000, $11,000 price for a Mini. And so adding, 10 or 15% on top of that, that actually is quite a bit of dough. So what do you get for that extra $1,100-ish? Well, the Junior gives you wider wheels, wider tires, and that just gives an already sure-footed off-road vehicle even more capabilities. And that's not a bad thing. There's remote unlock and lock, but otherwise it's pretty much the same thing as you get in the Mini. What makes the Pajero Jr. a little interesting is that it was made for less than 3 years. It started late 1995 and only ran through mid 1998. About 75,000 were made, and that's pretty high production. But one, most of those were automatics, and two, the lion's share were, well, just used up and thrown away. So a 5-speed version in top ZR2 trim like we're driving today, in really nice condition like this one is, it's really rare. And honestly, I'm pretty psyched to be driving it right now.